Welcome. The performance you are going to watch now is not simply a dance show. It is the 13th century philosopher Mevlana Celaleddin Rumi's path of exploring the reality of human and the feeling of the oneness. The milestone of Mevlana's life is meeting with Shams. Shams was a man who traveled all around Anatolia. He was a magnificent mind, who was aware of the universal reality, consciousness. Rumi realized the meaningfulness of all his knowledge when he met with Shams. Then, he desired to purify himself from all social conditionings and memorized information. Consequently, a new lifestyle, which we call Sema, arose. The platform of Sema is a circular shape, even though the circular platform simply represents the earth. In a larger sense, it indicates that everything in itself has a circle, loop from its core to itself. Indeed, Sema, depending on the latest scientific explanations, indicates the main vortex of the universe. There is a counterclockwise turn in atoms, solar system, and in all galaxies, as in Sema. Everything takes place in one single main vortex. White clothes on dervish represents the purity of people involved in the main vortex and surrender to oneness of the existence. The moment people are born, they block themselves from this main vortex because of the genetic information they bring from their parents, astrological impacts, and environmental conditions. This is mostly because when we are born, we automatically involve in the social vortex, in other words, in the genetic vortex. This is the fall moment in the platform. In the fall moment, people throw away from the main vortex and step into the world, to his world, with conditioned information. The black coat on dervish represents the ego, which is composed of all social conditions, basic instincts, and information from plants, animals carried to us through our genetics. To be able to reconnect with this main vortex, we have to get rid of all these informations, codes, and be purified from our conditionings. The process of feeling this purification, initiating and persistence of purifying is symbolized and presented as Sema. Whirling Sema of human dervish indicates our experience of the universal consciousness with divine love, and indeed Sema indicates that we find everything we need in ourselves rather than waiting help from outside. The right hand of dervish points to the sky, while the left hand points to the earth. Traditionally, this gesture means what is received from God is shared with others in the light of scientific evaluations. It is the representation of the infinite properties in our brain, right hand, to be transmitted to our consciousness, left hand. We try to explain as much as we can in a very short time, but you can find more detailed information on the books called Sufism to Science, Science to Sufism, which we give as a gift.